My name is Gord Binstead, and it is indeed my pleasure to serve as the Dean of the Faculty of Health and Social Development. Today I'd like to congratulate the graduates from the schools of Nursing, Health and Exercise Science, and Social Work. These graduates are truly prepared and excited to go out and take on the world's health challenges of today and tomorrow. Again, congratulations and tu amest.
On this most important of occasions, I send my heartfelt congratulations on your graduation from UBC. May you savor this moment and celebrate your achievement with your loved ones. Tu amest.
To the graduate students of UBC Okanagan, gathered across this nation and internationally with family and friends, congratulations. I so very much wish that we could be together on the Okanagan campus. and that as you walked across convocation stage, I could shake your hand. The times don't allow for that right now. But whether you choose to root yourself in the Okanagan or travel to far off and wonderful places to make meaningful change, when you find yourself back on the Okanagan campus, come into the College of Graduate Studies. Let us know you are a graduate of 2020, and we will gladly and proudly shake your hand. Congratulations and best wishes.
Hi everyone, just want to send my congratulations on graduating. In management this year we've got both bachelor's and master's students, that's wonderful. Wish we could be together of course, but it's what it is. So what really matters is that you celebrate this amazing achievement and you celebrate all the support that you've had from family and friends to get this far. Also maybe look forward. This is a time of great change of course, and the sort of education you've had really maybe sets you up to think critically and contribute to shaping this world. And for sure we know from the last few weeks it needs shaping to be different. So maybe take that opportunity. Really congratulations, it's been great achievement from you all.
Without further ado, let me introduce to you the Prime Minister of Canada, the Right Honourable Justin Trudeau.
Last night we hosted on campus in our gymnasium more than 2,500 people from the local community who came out for a town hall with Prime Minister Justin Trudeau in the presence of the members of the Liberal caucus of the government.
Here at my alma mater's Okanagan campus, you guys are doing great work and we're counting on you all. Thank you very much.
It was a real privilege for UBC to be invited to host the town hall. Very active, lively conversation. A lot of our new first-year students from around the world showed up, as well as local mayors, members of city councils, a lot of other people in the community who really have a great interest in how the country is going to be developing. So it was a fabulous evening.
Hello, my name is Rehan Sadiq and I'm an Executive Associate Dean, School of Engineering. I would like to congratulate the class of 2020 on behalf of my school and on behalf of myself. This is a unique period in human history, which has taught us many lessons to be flexible and resilient against adversity. I wish you all the best for your future. I'll be there cheering for you. Thank you very much.
Hi everyone, my name is Bryce Traster. I'm the Dean of the Faculty of Creative and Critical Studies at UBC's Okanagan campus. I'm recording this short video at my home that is in South Kelowna, BC. This is not how I ever expected to congratulate graduates of our faculty, of our campus, of our fine university, dressed like this on a Friday morning. Recording this video in front of my house, doing the best that I can to congratulate you on this achievement. It really is an exciting time for you, a strange time for you, but if you are watching this and you are graduating from UBC, you are the person who is going to help us figure our way through these times and to a better future. My hat is literally off to you. I salute all of you and congratulations on this occasion.
Hello everyone. As Dean of the Faculty of Education at the University of British Columbia, I want to congratulate you as you graduate. I want to recognize your hard work, your accomplishments, and your dedication as you walk across this virtual stage to convocate today. Please know that we welcome you as alum of the Faculty of Education at the University of British Columbia, and we look forward to all our interactions with each one of you. So once again, my sincere congratulations and all the best in your future endeavors.
Congratulations, Okanagan School of Education graduates. We are so very proud of you. You're a new generation of educators, part of our scholar practitioner community, one that embraces ongoing professional learning, innovation, is responsive to diverse needs, and strives to contribute towards truth, reconciliation, and healing. We're hopeful that our paths will cross again many, many times in the years to come. But for today, really enjoy it, regardless of how unusual the circumstances may be. We genuinely look forward to one day celebrating with you in person.
My name is Gino DeLabio, and I'm the Dean Pro Tem of the Irvin K. Barber School of Arts and Sciences. I know this isn't the convocation ceremony you envisioned when you first joined us here at UBCO, but it's not the convocation ceremony that defines your time here with us. It's your hard work, your dedication, and your accomplishments. You are now better prepared to take on your role as global citizens and our future leaders, and the future is bright. On behalf of all the faculty and staff, the Irvin K. Barber School of Arts and Sciences, congratulations, Class of 2020.
To each member of the absolutely awesome graduating Class of 2020, please accept the warmest congratulations of the UBC Board of Governors. You and your loved ones should be extraordinarily proud of all that you've accomplished, but particularly during the final months of your studies when you had to make the shift to online courses and online exams as the university had to respond to the COVID pandemic. I'm confident that the Class of 2020 will prove to be one of the most effective, the most accomplished in at least a generation, as you've proven your ability to respond to challenges when they present themselves to you. We look forward to following your successes, both personal and professional, all along the way. In the meantime, to each of you, well done, warmest congratulations, and go, Class of 2020.
see you there. It's me, Bahamas. I'm at home in Halifax, just enjoying some vitamin D and playing my guitar. Gotta tell you, congratulations, class of 2020. I'm really looking forward to sharing some songs with you at the Celebrates Together UBC event after the virtual graduation, of course. And I'm really looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a wonderful evening. Wonderful. In fact, I don't even know if it's going to be daytime or evening, let's be honest. I don't know. But in any case, I'm going to be there, you're going to be there, let's do it together. Congratulations, looking forward to it. See you soon.
You chose UBC because you want to achieve excellence. And this university is equipped to help you do just that. UBC's motto is "Tu est," which is Latin for "it is yours."
It's incredibly exciting to be here with you. This is really my first day of my first year at the University of British Columbia. Welcome to incoming class of 2016. You'll be graduating in 2020. Congratulations on being part of one of the world's greatest universities.
This is a wonderful period of transition and opportunity. This is your UBC. You can make of it whatever you want. We will give you the very best that we can. The wonderful professors, the extraordinary facilities, the beautiful natural environment, the lovely community of the Okanagan. It's yours.
You're really not going to know what to expect. University is a whole new world beyond high school. So, I'm going to challenge you. I'm going to challenge you to step outside of your comfort zone, experience new things, explore who you are, meet new people, and remember that those little things that you couldn't change in high school won't matter.
You're surrounded by a remarkable bunch, and each of you has your own path and your own story, but what every single one of you has in common is that you have dreams and you have ambition, and that's why you're here. And I urge you to cherish that vision you have for yourself and your community, because those dreams are the blueprints of your achievements.
Good afternoon and welcome. My name is Nancy Hermiston, and I am the University Marshal and a professor in the School of Music, Voice and Opera Divisions at the University of British Columbia. I am so thrilled you could all join us this afternoon to celebrate the class of 2020 during this special virtual celebration of our convocation ceremony. Over the next 50 minutes, you'll experience one of UBC's time-honored traditions, graduation. Our ceremony will begin with our national anthem, followed by the Okanagan song from the Syilx Okanagan Nation. We'll hear greetings from local and national governing representatives. Our president will address the graduating class, and pay attention, you won't want to miss the photo op he has planned. We've invited a special friend of UBC to give our keynote address to the class, and you'll hear from members of the graduating class. The Chancellor will cover the most important part, the conferral of degrees. And if you missed the photo op the first time, you'll have a second chance with the President towards the very end. Following our ceremony, please take a few minutes to visit virtualgraduation.ok.ubc.ca to find a graduate's procession slide, visit the UBC bookstore, and enjoy the virtual graduation reception to welcome you into the alumni UBC community. Graduates, you've worked hard to get here, and families, friends, you've worked hard to support your graduates. So please, enjoy the ceremony.
Welcome. My name is Santa Ono, and I am the President and Vice Chancellor of the University of British Columbia. Thank you for joining us online for this very special ceremony to celebrate the class of 2020. Wherever you're watching from, I invite you to please stand and join us in the singing of O Canada, led by our University Marshal, Nancy Hermiston, Director of the Opera and Voice Program at the UBC School of Music, and accompanied by a special ensemble made up of members of the UBC School of Music and the Okanagan Symphony Wind Ensemble. Thank you, Professor Hermiston. I'd like to acknowledge that UBC Okanagan is situated in the territory of the Syilx Okanagan Nation and their peoples. I'd also like to acknowledge that you are joining us today from many places, near and far, and acknowledge the traditional owners and caretakers of those lands. At this time, I'd like to invite Amber Cardenas, member of the Okanagan Nation, to sing the Okanagan song.
are beautiful. Atlikos Okanagan. Because we are Okanagan. Atlia Haitam Hola. Because our land is very beautiful.
Thank you, Amber. We pause for a moment to give thanks, spiritual and temporal, for the blessings we share in this wonderful world, this great country, this blessed province, this splendid university, these proud students, their families and friends. We give thanks, especially for this most happy occasion. Please be seated. We're pleased to have with us a very special guest, Her Honor, the Honorable Janet Austin, the Lieutenant Governor of British Columbia. I invite her now to address the graduating class.
Dear UBC grads, we all feel regret that we cannot celebrate your achievements together and in person as we might hope, but we are nonetheless united in our homes and in our hearts, and with every possible good wish for your future success, your happiness and achievements, as you yourselves define these things. You will be called upon to lead our country and our society in finding new and creative ways to deal with the complex and interrelated challenges we all face. It may not always be clear to you how the experience of studying at UBC will manifest in your future life and work, but I guarantee you it will, in profound and positive ways. The past few months have helped us all to better appreciate our interdependence and strengthen our understanding that all fields of knowledge are connected, that knowledge should be shared within and across disciplines and broadly throughout society. I encourage you to take this to heart and to have ambition not just for your career, but for your whole life and your community. My final thought for you is a quote from Franklin Roosevelt that has always been meaningful to me, and it is, "Far and away, the best that life has to offer is the chance to work hard at work worth doing." My hope for all of you is to find that kind of satisfaction and meaningful purpose in work and in life. Congratulations, Heichka.
Thank you, Your Honor, for your remarks and for joining us today. I'm pleased now to introduce a very proud Canadian and one of our very own UBC alumni, the Right Honourable Justin Trudeau, Prime Minister of Canada, to speak to the graduating class.
Hello everyone, bonjour à tous, and congratulations to the class of 2020. Today, we celebrate all that you've accomplished and all that you're going to accomplish in this new chapter of your life. I know you're probably a bit disappointed that you're not gathering at the Chancellor or the UBCO gymnasium, but it's important that we mark this occasion from wherever we are. You've worked hard to get to graduation, and you should be proud of that. Whether you were studying education in the Scarf building like I was, or putting in late nights at the Commons at UBCO, you've earned the degree you're getting, and I want you to take a moment to reflect on that. From education to medicine, from engineering to the arts, from business to forestry, you are the future of your field and of our country. À UBC, vous avez appris à faire preuve d'audace et de curiosité, ainsi qu'à prendre des initiatives pour concrétiser votre plein potentiel. Ces valeurs vous serviront bien après l'université, car elles sont celles qui définissent les Canadiens, des personnes empathiques et dévouées, ainsi que des citoyens du monde créatifs. Et nous avons besoin de ces qualités aujourd'hui plus que jamais. I know this is an uncertain time, but you were made for this moment. After all, the UBC motto is Tuum Est, which means it is yours. It is yours to decide what tomorrow will become, and it is up to you to help make the world a better place. No matter what you do, you will define our country's path forward. And your fellow UBC alumni, myself included, can't wait to see what you'll do next. Encore une fois, félicitations aux finissants de 2020. Once again, Congratulations.
Thank you, Prime Minister, for your remarks and for joining us today. I'm pleased now to introduce the Honorable Melanie Mark, British Columbia's Minister of Advanced Education, Skills and Training, and MLA for Vancouver Mount Pleasant, to share some words with our graduates.
Hi everyone, my name's Melanie Mark. My Niska name's Lahai-Kwiskak. I'm the MLA for Vancouver Mount Pleasant and Minister of Advanced Education, Skills and Training. I'm sending greetings from the Legislative Assembly here in Victoria on the traditional territory of the Esquimalt and Songhees First Nations, members of the Lekwungen speaking peoples. And I'd like to acknowledge the traditional territory that you're viewing this greeting from. I felt important as Minister to send a message of thanks and congratulations to all of you, the graduating class of 2020. One of the best parts of my job is to go to and attend convocations and to witness firsthand the students walking across the stage and accepting whatever credential they've earned, because I know that you worked really, really hard to gain that credential. I know as the first person in my family to graduate from university how special that moment was for me. I recognize that this is not a traditional ceremony that you're participating in, but nonetheless it is extremely important. You worked hard to get to where you are today. You're attending UBC Okanagan, one of the best universities in the province. I want to thank the leadership of President Ono and Principal Deborah Buzzard, the faculty, the staff, your friends, your family, everyone who helped encourage you, because I know there's moments when you want to give up. I know that the last few months have not been easy. They've been extraordinary, but it will pass. You're going to move on to do amazing things as graduates. You are going to hopefully find your dream job, and you are going to help us build back this province in a way that we've never seen. I want to thank UBC Okanagan for its innovation, its research, its leadership on pushing the envelope, because we are going to need to be creative to get through the days ahead. So again, thank you to all of you for cheering on those grads. I hope that you're watching from a distance with your students and loved ones, because it is a really, really big deal. Thank you very much. Congratulations.
Thank you, Minister Mark, Chancellor Gordon, honored guests, members of the Board of Governors, the Okanagan Senate, faculty members, staff, alumni, and most especially you, the graduates, and your families, and everyone joining us online. Welcome to the University of British Columbia's Spring Graduation Ceremony. What an honor it is for me to be with you live today, if virtually, to celebrate UBC's newest graduating class, the Class of 2020. La devise de UBC, tu aimes, c'est à toi, à l'inspirer les diplômes depuis 1915. Aujourd'hui, 15 000 nouveaux diplômes se joignent à plus de 350 000 diplômes de UBC qui se retrouveront dans 140 pays. Félicitations à la promotion de 2020. I love graduation. Thinking of our graduating students and their proud families always fills me with pride. This is also a special time for our faculty members as their students successfully complete their years of study. It is a time of joy, a time of celebration, and a time to come together as a community, whether in person or online. Graduation is a time to imagine that world and what it will be like. When you think about the road ahead, you may gain perspective by looking back to where you have been. And I hope that when you do look back at your time at UBC, that you will do so with fondness, and that you will see UBC very much part of your future. You see, you will always be welcome here. And we look forward to hearing about your personal and professional achievements as you build upon the foundation of your degree and the education that it represents. We also hope to continue to engage with you as alumni as you travel forward to new adventures. As you begin a new stage in your life and experience, you can be confident that you can and that you will make a difference, just as you have here, like UBC graduates who have gone before you. Among them include 3 prime ministers, including our current Prime Minister, Justin Trudeau, who you just heard from. They also include multiple justices of the Supreme Court, Nobel Prize winners, leaders in every field, including the visual and performing arts. You see, you possess the knowledge and the skills, and you have demonstrated during this time here that you have the grit and the determination to excel even in challenging and rigorous curricula. You see, you've more than proven yourself, and we have absolute faith in you. In his address to UBC's very first graduating class in 1916, UBC's very first president and vice chancellor, Frank Westbrook, encouraged that class to make the world a better place in which to live, not only for themselves and for their loved ones, but also for people they might not even encounter. And that first thought has become embedded into the collective DNA of this institution. Today, 104 years later, we still echo those remarks. We believe fervently that each and every one of you has the capacity and the skill to succeed and to, in your own unique way, make the world a better place. Many of you have already been doing so. Many of you have been inspirational in your studies, in your extracurricular activities, in your service to humanity. I know that the current situation is hard on your generation. And I'd like to end with a simple story. It goes like so. One day, a man saw a butterfly trying to emerge from a cocoon. The man took pity on the caterpillar, so he took some scissors and he opened up that cocoon to make it easy for that caterpillar to emerge and become a butterfly. And yes, the butterfly was able to get out of that cocoon easily. But unlike other butterflies that struggled through a little hole in the cocoon, this caterpillar never developed. Its wings never got big. It was never able to fly. And the reason why that caterpillar never developed into a butterfly is because that struggle out of that cocoon is required for molecules in the body of the cocoon to make their way into the new developing wings. And those molecules are essential for the wings to unfurl and to reach their full size. The moral of the story is equally simple, but hopefully meaningful. It's that sometimes struggle, as hard as it might be, makes you a stronger person. Sometimes struggle makes you into a better person. My hope for you is that this current struggle, as real as it is, will make you stronger, more resilient, that it will prepare you to be even better than you might have been. I know this may be hard to believe right now, but you will emerge from this present crisis more resilient, even better than you are today. Stay in touch. We will be rooting for you every step of the way. Congratulations. Now, if we were gathered together in person, I know that we would have had an opportunity to congratulate you in person, and that we would have taken a photo together. Now, that's an important moment, perhaps for both of us, but especially for me. And I wanted to be sure that we still had that opportunity. So now's our chance. I want you to get your cameras ready or your smartphones ready, because the photo op is coming. In just a moment, I'll leave some space next to me, just like we would be standing together on stage. And that's our chance for you to take a selfie of us together. For your loved ones you're watching with to snap a photo of us together. And don't worry, I'll give you a little bit more time, and we'll try again later on. So ready? Here I go. Let's try again. I don't know if you got that, so here we go once more. I'm so glad we had that opportunity to take a photo together. Now, in UBC's 104-year history, this university has honored more than 750 people with honorary degrees. These individuals, in the opinion of the university community, have fit the criteria of excellence and eminence in their chosen field. 10 years ago, we had the honor as an institution of conferring an honorary Doctor of Letters honoris causa on Dr. Rick Mercer. Now, you know Rick Mercer is without a doubt one of this country's most highly respected writers and actors. His knack for political and social satire has earned him over 25 Gemini Awards, including for his top-rated CBC series, The Rick Mercer Report. He is a #1 Toronto Star and Globe and Mail best-selling author, including for his most recent book, Rick Mercer, Final Report. Rick was recently honored with the Governor General's Lifetime Achievement Award. As someone who understands what amuses, delights, and occasionally enrages Canadians about our politicians, our media, and yes, our neighbor to the south, Rick has made his mark on Canadian culture and helped to define what it means to be Canadian. Class of 2020, allow me to introduce you to Dr. Rick Mercer, your keynote speaker, Dr. Mercer.
Hello to the students of the graduating class of 2020, honored guests, faculty, parents, family members. I hope you are well, safe at home, and that you're all wearing pants. Who's to say if you are or not? These are very strange times. As graduates, you must feel like you're graduating in the strangest period in human history. Well, let me assure you, despite how you feel, this is not the strangest period in human history. It's definitely top 5, maybe even top 3. Not gonna lie, it's way up there. But, and there's always a but, this too will pass, and we will carry on, which is what you are doing right now, graduating as planned, just doing it in a very different way than you had anticipated. But some things have not changed. One thing that has not changed is that you are now graduates of an incredible university. You have now joined a very distinguished group of individuals respected all over the world. The University of British Columbia has produced 7 Nobel Prize winners, 3 prime ministers, and 69 Rhodes Scholars. Now, why none of them were available to do this address, I have no idea. I'm certainly happy to do it. So many of your family and friends are so proud of the class of 2020. Personally, I am envious of the class of 2020 because despite these strange times, you have so much to look forward to. Many of you will end up in careers that don't even exist today. How exciting is that? And all of you will end up doing things you never imagined. I know that's been true in my life, and it will be true in yours if, and it's a big if you remain open to change, open to new opportunities, because you cannot predict where they are going to come from. And always be up for a challenge. Now, I know none of you are afraid of a challenge. The fact that you are graduating tells me this. But promise yourself that you will not stop challenging yourself. Far too many people, they do this as their lives and their careers progress. They challenge themselves less. You challenge yourself by surrounding yourself with people who will do it for you. If you're the smartest person in the room, find another room. In my career, I've had the privilege of interviewing and spending time with a lot of great Canadians. And while they come from a multitude of backgrounds, be it politics or the arts or public service, science, academia, business, one thing they all had in common is that they never stopped challenging themselves. I think of UBC graduate Rick Hansen. Rick Hansen has always been a hero of mine. And when I called Rick Hansen to appear on my show, I was incredibly intimidated because I wanted to make sure that the piece would be so incredible and do his legacy justice. And I called him up. I asked him to come on the show. He said yes. And I said, Rick, I would like to take you bungee jumping. And there was a pause. And he said, not going to happen. I said, are you sure? Can you imagine how amazing that would be if you bungee jumped? And he said, not going to happen. I will take you sturgeon fishing. Because it turns out Hansen loves sturgeon fishing. Well, the problem with that is sturgeon fishing, while it may be fun, it's not really interesting to look at. It would be him in a chair, me on a box, looking at the rods. You don't even touch the rods. So I had Rick Hansen, but I was disappointed that we were going sturgeon fishing. That night in British Columbia, an old friend of Rick Hansen's popped by his house. And they were having a few pops, and they were chatting. And Rick said, I'm going to go on the Mercer show. I'm going to go sturgeon fishing with them. And his friend said, that's great. And then Rick said, you know what he wanted me to do? He wanted me to go bungee jumping. I'm not doing that. And then his friend said, of course you can't do that, Rick. You're in a wheelchair. How lucky am I? Think of that. There's Rick Hansen. His entire raison d'etre, his entire life has been dedicated to the concept that he can do anything an able-bodied person could do. And here was an old friend saying, you can't do that, you're in a wheelchair. He immediately rolled into the living room, picked up the phone, called me and said, okay, bungee jumping, I'm in. And because he accepted that challenge, I got to push my hero off a bridge. How amazing is that? But if anyone deserved the right to say, you know what, I don't care what anyone says. I'm not going bungee jumping. I'm going fishing. It would be Rick Hansen. But because he was told he couldn't do it, he had to do it. Be like Rick. Don't let anyone tell you it can't be done. And when you're faced with the daunting task of a new life and a new career after university, know this. You have a tremendous advantage that stems from what you don't know. When I was in my early 20s, I was given the opportunity to write and perform a one-man show in the nation's capital. I leapt at the chance, and I said yes. I said yes despite the fact I had never written a one-man show before. I had no idea how to do it. I had no idea how to stand on a stage. That show, that single show, led to a career in show business that I am so grateful for. But if I knew then what I know now, I never would have done it. It would have been too intimidating. I did it because I didn't know any better. I didn't have the sense to say no. Embrace that. This is why young people have always had a great capacity to change the world. When you picture Alexander Graham Bell, you picture a wizened old man. But when he patented the telephone, he was in his 20s. He didn't look like an old man. He looked like most of you now. Banting and Best began producing insulin in their 20s. Microsoft and Apple, founded by 20-somethings. Marie Curie had their first breakthroughs on proving atoms are divisible in her 20s. And who can dispute the impact that Malala and Greta have had on the world? We need more of that. We need you. We need your generation. We need your ideas and your energy. In conclusion, to the class of 2020, go out into the world. Well, when you're allowed out in the world, find your tribe. Treat people well, and as you go through life, the rules of camping apply. Leave this place in better shape than when you found it. Congratulations. Here's to a wonderful future. Be well. Wash your hands. Wear pants. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Mercer. We are honored to have you as a member of our alumni community. And thank you, everyone, for joining us this afternoon. My name's Deborah Buzzard. I have the privilege of being the Deputy Vice Chancellor and Principal of UBC's Okanagan campus. It's wonderful to be together to celebrate UBC Okanagan's class of 2020. Of course, the context of this year has made necessary a very different approach to our grad ceremony. But let's be clear, even as we experience this unique and challenging time in our history, it may feel odd to be jubilant, but please don't let that stop you. This is truly a time to celebrate. Your graduation is a precious and well-earned moment, the culmination of years, indeed decades, of hard work, perseverance, and determination. The habits and skills that you've developed throughout your journey are ones that you take with you. In addition to your disciplinary degree, as you officially graduate today, they will serve you well. But a university degree doesn't just demonstrate your tenacity or qualify you for a job. Much more importantly, it prepares you to live a thoughtful and purposeful life, one of perception, insight, and rationality. It gives you the intellectual tools to flourish wherever you may go. As I think of you, this year's very special graduating class, I'm struck by your collective power as a force for positive change in the world. And yes, there's a lot to be done. Never before has a class gone out into a world where such sweeping changes are happening so quickly. And these changes extend far beyond the current pandemic, from socioeconomic structures to the nature of work, environment, and climate change, and even our ability to understand and influence the world around us. Change is the new normal. As UBC graduates, we know you have the skills and the intellectual tools you need to take on the challenges ahead and to overcome them. And I know that you're willing to step up and make an enduring positive difference. In a time when we're faced with challenges like never before, so too do we find opportunities for new solutions to solve the challenges newly before us, as well as those we already know far too well. These solutions will be realized by those who are resilient and who persevere in the face of adversity. By the very fact that you are graduating today, each of you has demonstrated that incredible resilience and perseverance. These qualities are what carried you through the years of hard work to get here, and what helped you across the finish line when you were suddenly thrust into learning online amidst the most extraordinary set of global circumstances in generations. If you're feeling unsure about your next steps, it's normal, but be confident of your capacity to not only cope with change, but to be the force for positive change in the world around you. Coping, indeed thriving, is precisely what UBC has prepared you for. I have every confidence your education and experiences here position you for the brightest of futures. Great universities are defined by the work of their graduates. As UBC Okanagan's class of 2020 and UBC's newest alumni, I have every confidence the contributions your class will make out in the world will be held up amongst UBC's greatest contributions to the communities we serve, and as an example of our commitment to help shape a better world. On behalf of the University of British Columbia and the entire Okanagan campus, congratulations once again. I wish you every success. Well done, class of 2020. And now I'm pleased to invite two members of the graduating class to make their remarks.
Thank you, Professor Buzzard, Mr. Chancellor, Mr. President, distinguished members of the faculty, honored guests, family, friends, and my fellow graduates. I'm Romil Jain, member of the graduating class of 2020. First of all, on behalf of my class, I would like to welcome and thank each and every one of you for tuning in and joining us today to celebrate this milestone in our life. I have to be honest, it feels a little weird talking into this camera with an absence of cheerful faces, beautiful smiles, and proud loved ones. But there's beauty to it. This virtual graduation ceremony is a reminder for all of us that sometimes in life, some of the most established and stable things can just change like that, and we cannot do anything about it except adapt. That is exactly what we're doing today, adapting. To my fellow graduates, I am going to ask you to dig deep into your memories and discover the person you were when you first embarked on your journey on the Okanagan campus. When you look back, you'll be surprised on how much you've changed, how much you've grown, and how much you've learned. The credit for this evolution goes out to the people who you met along this journey. These people who were not just there for you when things were going right and according to the plan, but more importantly, they stuck by you when it mattered the most. I thank these people. I'm grateful for these people because it's because of them we are who we are. These people were just strangers before when you first met them, but now they're an essential part of our life. We cannot imagine our life without them. So in light of those who cheered us when we succeeded and those who carried us when we failed, I thank you. On behalf of you, I thank all of you. They know who they are. They helped us shape ourselves into the version that we are today. Without you, we would not be able to stand here today, ready to take on the world. Our generation is predisposed to accepted ways of doing things. As we navigate through the uncharted territories of today, let us dispose of this notion that there's one way of doing something. Because our world is facing very complex problems and challenges at this moment. Linear way of thinking will not help us overcome these challenges. We need to work collectively and together and use each other's knowledge to build solutions that will help uplift our communities, our countries, and our planet as a whole. Our graduation ceremony in itself embodies this sentiment, as we're all graduating for the first time in our institution's history as one class, not divided amongst our respective faculties, but as one class. We graduate as a united front. That is exactly what the world needs right now. It is our duty and honor as future leaders, innovators, and caretakers to work collectively and find solutions that help uplift our world and make it a better place to live. Class of 2020, congratulations. These trying times will not extinguish our flames. I would now like to introduce Barb Dawson, our next speaker, who is also a member of the graduating class of 2020. Thank you.
Thank you, Romel. Good afternoon from Moiders, Yukon, the traditional territory of the Tan-Quechan First Nations and the Kwanlin Dun. Mr. Chancellor, Mr. President, Professor Buzzard, deans and directors, distinguished members of the faculty, honored guests, family and friends, and fellow graduates. My name is Barb Dawson. I am of the Yenyeti clan of the Taku River Tlingit First Nations in Atlan, British Columbia. As the very first virtual graduating class, I, Barb Dawson, on behalf of the Faculty of Creative and Critical Studies, welcome you here to our last artistic production. Being from Moiders, Yukon, I grew up with my grandmother and grandfather, learning how to improvise in a time of need. So it is very interesting that this is the way my graduating class is going to celebrate our accomplishments by producing a virtual celebration. As a First Nations person from the Yukon, it is with great pride and determination that I am here today as a graduate from the Visual Arts program. With many thanks for the support of the faculty and support staff and the support of my First Nations, the Taku River Tlingits. What an honor it is for me to be here with you. This day is about all the graduates of UBCO, and I am so very honored to lend my voice to these celebrations. We are also deserving to be standing here to be recognized for all we have achieved through hard work, determination, and creative inspiration. I know that my fellow graduates from the Visual Arts 43 class bonded through these 4 years of study, supporting each other, problem solving together, and helping each other to find the courage it takes to share your ideas as an artist and reveal yourselves through the art. And I know that every graduate at UBCO has a similar story that they will treasure for years to come. We have made it to the end of the rainbow, and in our collective success, we are each carrying with us the kaleidoscope of colors that all of us have contributed. Moving on ahead, we are looking at another rainbow, one of opportunity. We are ready for the challenge as we've gathered the tools and skills needed to reveal the more treasures from within ourselves. We are ready to share our art and our ideas with the world. At this point, my grandfather comes to mind. He'd cool these heady words and thoughts of mine and tell me to go jump in the lake. He'd say it with a laugh, but it would be a reminder to keep myself and my feet on the ground, to stay humble while aiming high. Let's keep on striving, staying strong and focused on a future of possibilities. We have already begun that process in a unique way as the first class to leave UBCO with a virtual graduation ceremony. Let's continue to be unique. Let's provide a fresh approach. Let's bring the best we have to offer to the challenging time. Any moment, the future is waiting for us all to contribute in our own unique ways. I wish all the graduates of all the faculties and schools many more years of success in these challenging times. They are full of opportunities as well as challenges. Let's be the creative change our world needs now, more than ever. Gunesh Chish from Whitehorse, Yukon.
Thank you to both of our student speakers for their inspiring words. I'm Lindsay Gordon, and I'm honored to be the Chancellor of the University of British Columbia. And it gives me great pleasure to be celebrating with you today, even if the circumstances are a bit unusual. A few short weeks ago, the Okanagan Senate of this university met to review the candidates for degrees who have successfully completed their studies and fulfilled the conditions that the university has set for them. Degrees were officially conferred during a meeting of the convocation. For those graduates who join us online today, and for all those who are unable to attend today's celebration, welcome to the convocation of UBC, and congratulations to each and every one of you. As Chancellor, it's been my great honor and privilege to join you today and to have admitted you to the convocation of UBC. All of you have invested a great deal of determination, focus, and hard work to obtain your degrees. And now, just as you graduate, this would be a perfect time to pause and to reflect on those who've supported you. Now, if they've joined you today to watch online, please take a moment to turn to them and show your appreciation for the support of your peers, your friends, your family, by giving them a huge thank you. And let's not forget the faculty members. Many of them are joining us today virtually, and let's thank them for all of their support, guidance, and leadership during your time at UBC. Graduates, you are now members of the convocation of UBC, and you are in good company. Since UBC first began granting degrees in 1916, generations of graduates have gone on to build our community and shape our society. And now, as alumni, your relationship with UBC is beginning anew. You can maintain your voice in the affairs of the university through your elected members of Senate, by mentoring today's students, or perhaps by participating in one of UBC's many volunteer opportunities. And as lifelong learners, you will always be welcome to come back, whether online or eventually in person, to take a course or two. And I do encourage you to stay involved and be a part of the future of this great institution, because you have much to offer UBC, just as it still has much to offer you. Tuam est, and once again, congratulations to all of you.
I'd like to take this opportunity to thank our Chancellor, Lindsay Gordon, for presiding over today's ceremony. This is also our Chancellor's last time joining us in this role for UBC graduation, as he completes his term later this month. As part of today's online ceremony, I'd like to take a moment to just say a few words on behalf of the entire university about our outgoing Chancellor, Lindsay Gordon. An alumnus of the Faculty of Arts and the Sauder School of Business, Chancellor Gordon became the 18th Chancellor of UBC in July of 2014, having recently retired as the President and CEO of HSBC Bank Canada. But even before he took office, he was already active in various volunteer roles at his university, most notably as co-chair of the enormously successful Start and Evolution campaign. The Chancellor serves on the UBC Board of Governors, attends countless board and committee meetings, and a wide range of university events on and off campus. Overall, I think I speak for all of his colleagues who would agree that Chancellor Gordon undertook his commitments as Chancellor with trademark wisdom and determination, never losing sight of the strategic objectives the university sought to fulfill, nor the principles they upheld. Similarly, all would agree that he served for the right reasons, inspired by his understanding of the importance of learning and research to an increasingly complex society, and by the wide-ranging talent of UBC students, graduates, and alumni. Chancellor Gordon, Lindsay, you have been a superb ambassador for UBC, an insightful leader among your colleagues, and an inspirational example for our students. On behalf of your university, and with great admiration and affection, I extend our sincere gratitude. I'd also like to pay tribute on behalf of the entire university to our outgoing Deputy Vice Chancellor and the Principal of UBC Okanagan, Professor Deborah Buzzard. Since her arrival in 2012, Professor Buzzard has led the campus through a formative period in which it found its feet as a research campus of UBC, and at the same time offered an increasingly enriched learning environment for students. It was an era of remarkable growth at UBCO, growth in student enrollment, including Indigenous and graduate students, in annual research income and capacity, and significant increases in the number of faculty and staff. 5 major building projects were also completed since 2012, and these include the magnificent Commons building, the result of a cooperative partnership among the federal, provincial governments, and especially UBCO students. It was also under Professor Buzzard's leadership that UBCO participated successfully in the Start and Evolution campaign, exceeding its target to raise $100 million. Taken alone, any one of those examples would be noteworthy. But taken together, they demonstrate comprehensive growth and evolution that is felt broadly in the communities served by the campus. Finally, with respect to the future, it must be noted that Professor Buzzard provided sound and principled leadership in the foundational relationship that has been forged with the Okanagan Nation Alliance. Symbolized by the ONA flag-raising ceremony in 2018, and by a publicly stated commitment to 5 actions towards reconciliation, she has demonstrated an unshakable sense of responsibility to deliver on UBC's promises to the Syilx Okanagan peoples. Professor Buzzard, Deborah, you have provided focused, inclusive, collaborative, and therefore exemplary leadership to this university, to our faculty and staff, to our students. In so doing, you have contributed immeasurably to an extraordinary period in the history of UBC, in the evolution of the UBCO campus, and to the entire Okanagan community. On behalf of the entire university, I'm humbled to extend my sincere thanks and warmest congratulations for a job well done. Now, before bringing this celebration and ceremony to a close, I want to be sure that we have one more opportunity to take a photo together. I promised. Earlier, we took a selfie together, and I want to be sure that we got that shot. So let's take once more. I'll slide to the right, to the left of your screen, and we'll get one more photo. Here we go. Friends, this brings our celebration and ceremony to a close. I hope you have enjoyed it just as much as I have. As the ceremony concludes, I invite you to continue this celebration by doing 3 things. Graduates, please visit virtualgraduation.ok.ubc.ca to search your procession slides and share them proudly using the hashtag UBCOgrad. From there, you can also read the digital guest book your family and friends have written tributes in. You can download the graduation program that lists your name, visit the UBC bookstore for a new degree frame, and watch a recording of this ceremony at any time. In a few minutes' time, our virtual reception will begin. Don't miss this opportunity to start the next chapter of your life with Alumni UBC as one of our newest alumni. Thank you for joining us, all 3,000 of you today online. I know you will join me, all of you, in congratulating once again the 2020 graduates of the University of British Columbia.